Welcome to TantrumCon Studio D. I'm Kevin Dupp. Today we're talking about Horizons from Daily Magic Games. Horizons is a 2 to 5 player area control resource management tile placement game that is designed by Levi Moat and published by Daily Magic Games. This was kickstarted last year, now it's available in retail. You're exploring a new galaxy, finding planets, collecting resources, and building to expand your empire. Let's look at the components. There's player boards, tiles, cards, tokens, and more. At the beginning of the game, you'll set out the stars on the table and resources, ally cards, and missions as well. Every player gets a player board that they place their wooden tokens on. On your turn, you take 2 actions. You have 5 to choose from: explore, adapt, build, harvest, or conspire. And you can even take the same action twice if you want. To explore, you'll draw a world from the bag, gain a knowledge, and place the world on one of the stars. To adapt, you activate a world type on your board. Because you can only build on worlds that you activated, this is important. And you also draw an ally card. To build, you pay the cost that is listed on the world that you're trying to build on. So here, it costs 1 energy and 1 metal. You could harvest, which lets you collect resources based on the buildings you have out. If you conspire, you can either draw 2 mission cards or a mission and an ally card. Ally cards can be activated when you take the matching action. So if you use this card and you decide to harvest, then you can activate the ally to do the action and then flip it over. The next time you use the ally, it has to then go back to the ally card stacks. Players are trying to gain area control in the different star systems to get some big end game points. This is determined by the pieces present at the end of the game. The colonies are worth 2 control points and the others are each worth 1. So here, pink would have the most control, but the second highest player would also get some points. Another way of getting points is through the mission cards. At the end of the game, you'll count up the points from your completed missions. Some are based on what you build, and some are based on the kinds of worlds in a planetary system. You can also get points throughout the game by gaining knowledge tokens. And the game is immediately over, when someone builds their last colony, and whoever has the most points wins. I think initially players might think, oh, I get to maybe finish the round out to finish the game, but it's not like that. It's whoever builds the last colony. And that makes it feel more like a race in the game, players trying to build their colonies faster than the others. The colonies are harder to build since they take more resources, but if you plan it out properly, you can build on the worlds that are easier for you based on the resources you are collecting. You're trying to combo the cards that you have with the actions that you're trying to take. So maybe in one turn you're going to harvest, which lets you activate one of your harvest cards to get some more resources to help you build. Or maybe there's a way for you to discard mission cards that you probably won't complete anyway to get some points. There are a bunch of ally cards that help shape your gameplay. Maybe you want to do a lot of exploring. Then go after the Explore allies to get some knowledge in the game. Or maybe you want to get some building allies that have more ways to get metal. Or the Conspire allies to gain or pay mission cards for things. I was able to play the basic game and the advanced game. The other side of the player board gives asymmetrical player abilities for the advanced game. The main differences are twofold. Some of the actions are different between the players, and the costs for the buildings are different too. For instance, this faction allows you to immediately activate the world that you draw from the bag. This one lets you take 1 ally, or 2 if it's from the Olo faction. This one lets you build colonies on stars instead of on worlds. The cost for building could even be using knowledge tokens. And Nera faction can only build on certain worlds. Sometimes it takes a while to get your engine going, and by the time you feel like you're harvesting enough resources to build those colonies, the game is almost over. But there is a way to get more resources throughout the game through world sharing. Now, world sharing is when you build on an occupied planet by another player. That way, each of you get a resource of your choice. The artwork is by the Miko, and he always does a great job. He's on fire with the number of games he's doing art for. The allies look cool, the graphic design and the colors chosen are very good. There is even an expansion called Extermination. It brings new allies and new star tiles. I'd recommend playing before buying. This has hit people differently in our gaming groups. I personally enjoyed it. It feels like this race to the finish, and can I use my actions and my cards together well to win the game? So if this sounds something you would enjoy, then check out Horizons by Daily Magic Games and subscribe to Tantrum House.